Recognize your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I shall move expeditiously. I'd like to move quickly to Ms. Bailey. Ms. Bailey, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Ms. Bailey, a question for you. Would it be beneficial to establish an Office of Fair Lending and Testing within the CFPB so as to actually test lenders to ascertain whether or not invidious discrimination exists so that we can have the empirical evidence to move forward in prosecution if necessary?
Strengthening our fair lending laws and strengthening and utilizing the Equal Credit Opportunity Act is always critically important. And partnering with the borough and getting it to do and
Ms. Bailey, because my time is limited and I've got about 6 questions, I'm going to interrupt. So please forgive me, okay? But would it be beneficial to have such an office for testing in the CFPB?
Yes, testing is critical.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next one because I'm very, very concerned about a number of things. Would it be beneficial to have a minority business development administration that would be devoted exclusively to supporting the growth and expansion of minority businesses enterprises by providing technical and managerial expertise as well as other support and resources? Would such an office be of benefit to minority people, Ms. Bailey?
Yes, having more support for small businesses of color is critical.
Ms. Bailey, would it be beneficial to have banks rated for their diversity and inclusion? Currently, they're rated for other things, but I'd like to add this to the list. Would it be beneficial? Ms. Bailey?
Yes, we know that diverse firms actually outperform non-diverse firms, so absolutely, yes.
Okay. All of these things relate to legislation. I just have to succinctly ask these questions. Should Fannie and Freddie be required to reinstate the preferred language question it removed from the Uniform Residential Loan application? And I'd like for Mr. Yang to answer that question. Mr. Yang, your response, please.
Absolutely. Ensuring that Asian languages are covered and our communities are addressed is important to us.
Thank you very much. Ms. Bailey, I'm back to you again. Should borrowers be allowed to have non-traditional data, such as utility bills, scored on an optional basis, such that it might improve their credit scores?
Yes, we actually don't get rental history and credit scoring today, and that's part of the problem. So yes.
And finally, with the questions, and then I'll have a comment. Does matched pair testing provide empirical evidence of invidious discrimination in housing, Ms. Bailey?
Yes, and the National Fair Housing Alliance has done tremendous work in this realm and are wonderful partners on this effort. According to them, we see increased evidence of discrimination every year, so absolutely yes.
Thank you. All of my questions were questions related to bills, 6 bills that we have pending. And these questions go right to the heart of each piece of legislation. But now I'd like to close with this, if I may, because this is historic. What we're doing today is unlike anything I've seen since I've been in Congress. And I've been here now for more than 15 years. Ms. Bailey, you've been a part of this process for some time. Do you agree that this is historic?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Yang, is this historic?
Having a session like this is absolutely historic and is meaningful for all of our communities. Yes.
Mr. Robinson, do you agree?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to ask everybody, but I mentioned this because this is not the end. But what Congressman Waters has brought to our attention today is just unbelievable, in my opinion. And I want to compliment her and the staff for putting this together. Things like this should not go unnoticed. I plan to archive this hearing and possibly use it for some sort of future presentations, but it's just absolutely historic. Final question, and this question is going to go to Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, would it be beneficial for us to have a Department of Reconciliation with a Secretary of Reconciliation who reports directly to the president, whose job it is to get up every day and go out and see how we can end the invidious discrimination that exists in this country? Would it be beneficial, Mr. Robinson?
it would absolutely be beneficial to put resources, energy, and hopefully enforcement behind moving us forward as a country, sir.
I thank all of you for your being here today, and I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.